Hey fishers, just give me old mate down Aubrey Mesa a ring down Compleat Angler in Lavington, and he tells me that the Hume we're still fishing okay, and I do not doubt that because we're still getting some good reports from some of our regulars here. They've gone to 6 to 8 to 10 metres. It's not as good as they were about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, but they're still very, very good, getting a good feed without any trouble at all. But the exciting part about it was there was a few trout starting to catch or be caught. And when I say a few, I only mean a few, as in 3 so far that I've heard of, but they're reasonable size. So it might be a sign of the trout coming on. Usually do about this time of year, so that looks half promising. Dartmouth, yeah, it's not too bad. Plenty of trout coming out of it. Flat line or a lead line, down rigging. Lead line's going to be probably your best bet if you've got beautiful sunny days like this. The other day was a bit windy and blowy, so it makes it a little bit hard. I think you'll find that if you went down to Moala, you'll probably catch some good fish. There's been some consistent reports coming out of there. We're real happy with it at the moment. You've got to put in a bit of time. You've got to understand where the fish are. But there's a couple of young blokes who've been going down there, getting there 2 or 3 each week down there, over a metre I'm talking. Not that that's the big be all and end all, but if you catch a couple of fish, cast a few surface lures around the bulrushes around the edges and that sort of thing, smaller or medium sized surface lures will cover the options there, because they're in there feeding on mice. You'll get your fair share of fish, and there's nothing better than a surface strike, and they're around that 50 to about 70-80 centimetre. A lot of those fish, you might occasionally get that metery, so that doesn't look too bad. Murrumbidgee River, spot on. Get your boats in without too much trouble. We haven't had any rain for the last few days, so it's quite easy. Drop it in, go for a fish around the snags if you're a bait fisho. The old chicken hits bait, cannot beat it this time of year. Can't beat it any time basically, but this time of year in particular, it is the ultimate bait. So it's looking promising, but it's plenty clear enough to flick a few lures around to spin. Spinner baits seem to be working better than just about anything else. The odd good one on hard bodies, but spinner baits are trumping it at the moment, so that looks promising. A few nice fish coming out of Blowering, it's looking promising. Off the bank with bait seems to be, well, remember back to last year, same thing happened. Off the bank with big yabbies seems to be the go. Other baits will do the job, the old chicken hits and anything like that, but the big yabbie's probably the most consistent without a doubt. So it's looking real promising at the moment. Still a few reddies coming out, the odd yellow, which surprises me, so that's all right. Getting a few trout out of Talbingo and a few nice redfin. Yukonbean, Tantangra, Jindabyne, yeah, they're all fishing okay. So is the rivers up there, the spawn run's still on, that sort of thing. Wangler, disappointing over the last 2 weeks. It's quieting right down. Might be just the cold change, I don't know. It seems the last 2 years has been great during the summer months and the warmer months, but the winter time seems to have slowed it down a fair bit. A little bit different to our dams here, but don't despair. It might fire up again coming summertime, September, October. It was a brilliant season out there this year, absolutely fantastic. Burren Juck getting some good reports and some big fish out of the Juck as well, looking real promising, and there's some good redfin coming out of there. A lot of small ones as per normal, but they're getting some good 30 to 40 centimetre redfin. Still up around that Wade Island area, or up around Scrubby and Little Scrubby. There's some nice cod coming out up there too, by the way, so it doesn't look too bad at all. As you can see, we've got a fair bit of activity around us at the moment, and if you need any more in-depth, up-to-date reports or techniques, just give us a tingle at the Compleat Angler and we'll give you a bit of a rundown. Catch you next week.